Most beautiful destinations in America travel video. America is one of those places that never really fits into a single description. Because the moment you think you understand it, the landscape changes again. You have deserts that feel like another planet, coastlines that stretch endlessly, forests that seem older than memory, and cities that never really sleep in between it all. What makes it even more interesting is how these places are not just far apart geographically, but also completely different in mood, culture, and rhythm. A short flight can feel like traveling between countries rather than states. So let's move through some of the most visually striking destinations in the United States, where every stop feels like its own version of a different world. Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon is one of those places that refuses to feel real, even when you are standing right at the edge of it. The scale is so overwhelming that your mind almost struggles to process depth, distance, and color all at once. Layers of rock stretch across millions of years of geological history, exposed in a way that makes time itself feel visible. What surprises many visitors is not just how large it is, but how it changes throughout the day, with light shifting the entire mood of the landscape within minutes. It can feel quiet and almost still, yet at the same time deeply powerful, as if the earth itself is slowly breathing beneath you. Yellowstone National Park. Yellowstone National Park feels like stepping into a place where the planet is still actively forming itself. Geysers erupt without warning, hot springs glow in colors that seem almost artificial, and wildlife moves freely across vast open spaces. It is not just beautiful in a traditional sense, but alive in a way that constantly reminds you that nature here is unpredictable. The ground can feel warm beneath your feet in one area and frozen in another just a short distance away. Yosemite National Park. Yosemite National Park is defined by scale and silence, where towering granite cliffs rise so sharply that they seem almost unreal when seen from below. Waterfalls drop from incredible heights, forests stretch across valleys, and everything feels shaped by time on a massive scale. What makes Yosemite special is not just the scenery, but the feeling of being small in the best possible way, where nature becomes the dominant presence in every direction. Even when the park is busy, there are moments where everything feels still, as if the entire landscape pauses for a second. It is a place that does not try to impress you loudly, it simply exists with confidence. New York City. New York City offers a completely different kind of beauty, one built from energy, structure, and constant movement rather than natural landscapes. Skyscrapers reflect light in every direction, streets stay active at all hours, and every neighborhood feels like its own small world. What surprises many visitors is how quickly the city shifts from overwhelming to familiar once you find your rhythm. It is loud, fast, and dense, but also full of small moments that feel unexpectedly human. Between the chaos and scale, there is a strange kind of beauty in how everything keeps moving without stopping. Miami. Miami blends ocean, culture, and architecture into a setting that feels constantly alive with color and movement. The coastline stretches alongside modern buildings, while neighborhoods bring in influences from across the world. What stands out is how the atmosphere changes depending on where you are, from calm waterfront views to energetic streets filled with music and activity. The sunlight here feels different too, brighter and more direct, which adds to the city's vibrant identity. It is a place where nature and urban life exist side by side without competing for attention. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park shows a side of beauty that feels powerful and constantly evolving, where land is still being created in real time. Lava flows, volcanic craters, and blackened landscapes tell a story of destruction and creation happening together. What makes it unforgettable is not just what you see, but the awareness that the ground beneath you is part of a living process. The contrast between lush areas and raw volcanic terrain creates a sense of constant transformation. It is one of the few places where you can actually witness the Earth changing shape. Sedona. Sedona is known for its striking red rock formations that seem to glow under the sunlight, especially during sunrise and sunset. The landscape feels almost sculpted, with cliffs and formations rising sharply from the desert floor. What makes it unique is the atmosphere, where natural beauty and quiet surroundings create a sense of calm that feels almost immediate. It is not about scale like some other destinations, but about color, light, and texture working together in a very distinct way. Even short visits tend to leave a strong visual memory because of how intense the scenery feels. Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe offers a balance of mountain and water scenery that feels both peaceful and visually striking. The lake itself is incredibly clear, surrounded by forests and peaks that change with the seasons. What stands out is how the environment shifts depending on the time of year, from snowy landscapes to bright summer reflections. It is a place where relaxation and outdoor activity blend naturally without feeling forced. The calmness of the water combined with the surrounding mountains creates a setting that feels complete and self-contained. Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Great Smoky Mountains National Park is known for its mist-covered peaks that give the entire landscape a soft, almost dreamlike appearance. The forests here feel dense and layered, with changing colors and light that shift throughout the day. What makes it special is not just the view from the top, but the journey through the valleys and winding roads that reveal different perspectives along the way. It feels alive in a quiet way, where movement is subtle but constant. The name itself reflects the atmosphere, where mist and mountains blend together seamlessly. Antelope Canyon. Antelope Canyon feels like walking through natural architecture carved by water and time, with smooth sandstone walls that curve and twist in unexpected ways. Light enters from above in narrow beams, creating shifting patterns that change depending on the position of the sun. What makes it remarkable is how enclosed yet dynamic it feels, as if every step reveals a new shape or color. It is not a large space, but every detail feels amplified because of how light interacts with the surfaces. It is a reminder that beauty does not always come from scale, but from precision and formation. San Francisco. San Francisco combines natural scenery with urban identity in a way that feels instantly recognizable. From its hills to its coastline and iconic bridges, the city has a layered feel, where neighborhoods shift quickly in character and atmosphere. What stands out is how geography plays a constant role, with steep streets and ocean views shaping daily movement. It can feel dense in some areas and open in others, creating a balance that keeps it visually interesting. The mix of nature and structure gives it a personality that feels both grounded and dynamic. If this journey gave you a new perspective, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who would want to experience it with you. Because the most memorable places are the ones that stay in your mind long after the video ends.